Okay, this time it's working. I'm checking it. It is working. So sorry about that. I'm just gonna check on X and YouTube to make sure that it is in fact working. Okay, that. I am not hearing anything from that. Oh, it's probably my speakers. Jeez. Come on. Output. Yeah, that's right. Input. That's also right. What the heck? Good grief. I'm pretty sure it's working. Like, I'm seeing the thing. I need somebody to chat and say, tell me that it's working. I don't know why it's just not working, not making sound. So whatever. Let's just see. I'm seeing like the little icon in the browser that's saying that sound is happening. So we're just gonna go with that then. Okay, let me just get things moved around a little bit so that I can work efficiently here. Yeah, there we go. And then I can share my screen. Boom. There and I'm there. Okay, this is Office Hours. My first, finally got somebody said, sounds good. Great. Sorry about that. My first try, the microphone wasn't working. I don't know why. So Office Hours is just once a week. I like to be there to help people out, answer questions. I give priority to people who are in the Zoom meeting. And then when we run out of Zoom meeting, then I go here to Discord. And then when we run out of Discord, then we're done. Maybe I'll look at chat. I don't typically look at chat, but maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so let's start here in Discord since nobody is in the Zoom, right? Yeah, nobody's in Zoom yet. Whoops. So, yeah, right about here, I think, is where we're at. Darren has a question. Finished query optimization. So that is, yeah, the multi-column index. So data, this is going to be the query optimization multi-column. So the very last exercise of the workshop. I'll stick this in here, answering this on the stream now. Oh, and actually, speaking of that, let's put the link to the stream in here for posterity purposes. Okay, cool. And Darren, answering your question about now. Okay, so the question is, how is the owner ID updated at a covering index when SQL still needs to sort to find the most recent updated at record? Wouldn't that require a B tree still? Or when indexing, does SQL do some sort of implicit sorting? Okay, so I got to recontextualize myself on this so that I understand the question. So, yeah, I'll just cheat and look at so we're adding an index to our notes image. Here we can even take a look at what this looks like here. So we have our note model. We're adding an owner ID and an updated at. Helps our order by in the user search. So we've got a user search page. We can actually look at this. Users. And this is ordered by the most recent person to have a note updated. So I can put myself on top by going to my notes and updating this note. Right? And then submit that. And now if I go over to the users again, I'm on front. Okay, so that's the objective, is we're looking for the note that was most recently updated. But we want to key that by the owner ID. Okay, and ultimately the query that we're making, let's see. Yeah, it looks like this. So we're doing a select these things from user, left join on the image, here's the order by. The order by is the part that's that we're optimizing with this index. So we're selecting the updated at from the note where the owner ID matches and ordering by the updated at. And so I will first say that, because your question specifically about a covering index. This is a huge one, yada, incidental covering index. So the index that we create is incidental. I actually don't know a lot about covering indexes, and there's the docs here that kind of explains it. So let's see if we can understand it together. Queries with a 3-column index that also includes the price column. Okay, so there's previous context for this example. This new index contains all the columns of the original fruit for sale table that are used by the query. So I guess that's what makes it a covering index, is that the query here is only really cares about, like, it's selecting the updated index. I don't think that the select is what matters. It's where we're actually looking for stuff. And so the owner ID and updated at are both included in the index, and that's what makes it a covering index, is because they're both included. Let me see. How is it a covering index when SQL still needs to sort to find the most recent updated at record? So that's why, is because the updated at is included in the index. So it's sorts by owner ID first, and then within that it's updated at. And because those are both included in the index, it doesn't need to do a scan on the table, and that's what makes it much faster. Yeah, does SQL do some sort of implicit sorting? I think if I'm understanding your question correctly, then yes, it does implicit sorting. That's kind of what the index does. Is it creates? I was gonna try and think of another word, but the index is the best word for it. It creates an index, a separate record, a separate place where it's keeping track of references to all of these things. And in there, it is doing, it's organizing it first and sorting it first by the owner ID. So the lookup for the owner ID is really fast, and now we've got a subset of all the records. But even within the owner ID, it's going to sort by the updated at as well. Yeah, I'm not sure 100% whether it's actually sorting, but for updated at, you're unlikely to have any records that are going to be in in the same bucket. You're not going to have 2 records with the same updated at probably. So, yeah, so I'm thinking that there's sorting going on along with the index for updated at, but that's not entirely clear to me. And from my experience with this, it actually doesn't really matter. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. It seems that our new multi-column index needs an index on every owner ID updated at pair, which is presumably every note record. Yeah, I think I'm probably missing something here. So I think that I'm going to need to ask Tyler Benfield, RT Benfield. Oh man, he's not in here. Oh, that's right, because this is Epic Web, and he hasn't connected his account, I guess. So RT Benfield. I'm going to jump into here. Oh, hey, there you are. Tyler, you're the best. Covering index. Oh, man, Tyler, thanks for being here. Covering index is when the database doesn't have to look up any data from the table itself because the index has all the info needed to fulfill the query. There we go. So the index has the data necessary for the query. So therefore, not only do we not need to scan the rest of the database, we don't even need to reference it because the index has everything that we need. There we go. And so that's why we don't need to have an owner ID to updated at index, which would effectively be every row, because that data is all contained just in that index I'm not explaining this well. Tyler might be able to elaborate a little bit more, but thank you, Tyler. Man, thanks for being here. That's awesome. Sorry, I just noticed a private message I need to take a look at really quick. Okay. Great. Good stuff. Okay, there we go. Sweet. So select an order by our important to a covering index. Selecting an extra field that isn't in the index would require another lookup to the B tree. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so if, I said earlier that the select actually doesn't matter in the context of the index, just the where and the order by. That is false. So the fact that the updated at is, the fact that the only thing we're selecting is the updated at is actually important. So yeah, very good. The more you know. Thank you, Tyler. So happy that you're here. Okay, so the skills within, or a skill within, I have a question about passing request headers to my Flash message. Is this correct? What does it do? Let's take a look at that and also reply the skill within answering this now. So here's our Flash session server. We have this Flash message and redirect with Flash and logout. So this is going to take the URL, the Flash, and the request. We're going to get the auth session. And then we destroy the redirect with Flash. Oh, and logout. I see. I was like, why are we getting the auth session? But that makes sense. Logout. We destroy cookie. So this is the header for updating the cookie to so the browser logs the user out. And here we create a new session in Flash. Okay. So these are, oh, okay, interesting. So this Flash message, okay, it's going to create a session for the Flash. We set that value. We can get the cookies, we create the headers, and then we just add an additional header to log them out. Okay. I think that's, yeah, this is fine. If this sounds a lot like what I'm doing with, yeah, this sounds a lot like what I'm doing in the Epic stack with the toast messages. So if you look at the toast server, you'll find this is pretty similar. So we've got our toast session storage. We have this redirect with toast. We have the create toast header. There are a lot of similarities to what you're doing and what the Epic stack is doing. So if you wanted to reference, then you could take a look at that. Could be kind of useful to you. So let's, whoops, go over to the Epic stack and toast server right here. And I'll just stick that, whoops, stick that right in here. And hopefully that's helpful. All right, Tyler is saying regarding the ordering, index fields are ordered by ascending by default, which is what makes them faster perform searches. Nice. You can also make them descending when you define the index, but it's only needed in very specific scenarios. That makes sense. Yeah, I assumed that there was some ordering involved as part of the indexing. So super, thank you. Man, Tyler, you're the best. Thank you for being here. Okay, Ronan had a question. Okay, yes. Sweet. Huge thank you to Antonio for answering a bunch of things. So this, Ronan is upgrading from Create React App to this stack. And here, actually, let me come back over here to tell Ronan I'm answering. I'm answering this on stream now. Okay, cool. So going back to the question now. And I'm going to have a repository, npx template, accommodate the above. Don't have a problem migrating manually since some parts need to be massively refactored, but also there are so many resources that need to be made sense of. It's overwhelming. Okay, so React and Vite. I'm guessing you're using React Router. If you're using Create React App, then you're using React Router. So that is just interesting because it'll make your migration to the future a lot easier. Eventually you can bring in Remix. It'll be sweet. Ability to load env. I think lots of this stuff is just kind of built in to the way that Vite works. In fact, what I'm seeing, okay, yeah, this is implementation stuff that shouldn't really have any challenges with oh yeah, there's React Router. Shouldn't have any challenges with the way that you're going to be, like the tools that you're using, so that's fine. Yep, there's React Router, 10.6. No maps file generated. You can disable source maps in Vite. Testing. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, I spent many hours trying to put together information for from the different tools documentation every time hitting a roadblock. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by put together information and hitting roadblocks. Like, I would just try it. I don't think that anything that you've said here is going to be a problem. Yeah, so here, let's see. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard to set up. Yep. I mean, hard is relative. Everybody's got their own level of experience and whatnot, but you aren't doing anything unusual, I think is what Antonio and what I mean by this. Create a Vite project with a template for React and TypeScript. Vite already supports that. Yep, set up the SVGO. ESLint and Prettier, that's pretty standard stuff. VS Code the same. Yep, that looks awesome. Install deps, follow their docs. Yep. And vtest is awesome. Yep, I don't really have anything to add. Nothing to add from what Antonio said. Looks perfect. I suppose I could reference. Here, let's just grab Epic Stack for you if you're interested in going so deep as to support SSR, then that could be very helpful indeed. In fact, you could even start a new Epic Stack project and copy over your existing code over time. If you'd like. It has everything you mentioned already set up, and then more. In fact, there's even an example of OIDC authentication here. And if we go to examples, yep, there you go. There's OpenID Connect Auth. Good luck. That's a fun project. Okay, and just getting through all of this mess that I created for myself. Yeah, looks like we're done. I am not been keeping track of chat, but it doesn't look like there was much going on there. So yeah, sorry for the little hiccups as I was getting started. I think that you should definitely be looking forward to very soon when this is going to launch. It is going to be awesome. And yeah, here we go. Pull requests. We got to get this thing merged and it'll be sweet. I think I might just merge it myself. Yeah, Pixel Perfect Tailwind coming to an epicweb.dev near you. The workshop will show up right here along with these other ones that are also great that you should take a look at. Also, yeah, we have the Mocking Techniques workshop. Still some more slots available for that. And as usual, that's the admin page. Whoops. You can record questions in the browser right here if you would like, and I will respond to this one very soon, as soon as we finish up here. And that gets turned into a podcast episode. I am almost done with season 4. There are 50 episode seasons, and so that means I am at 200 episodes almost. This is nuts. So yeah, ask me more questions. Let's get to episode 200. Maybe you'll be the lucky one. All right, that's it. Thanks everybody for joining. We will see you in the future.